Welcome to Huddle Up, where founders of Huddle for Success Mark Bruce and Duane Gibbs come to you every Wednesday and Friday with a quick segment to keep you informed, engaged, and motivated. Now let's huddle up.
Scrum principles, twice the work in half the time. Welcome to Huddle Up. I'm your host, Duane Gibbs, alongside my partner, Mark Bruce, the Hall of Famer, where we come to you each and every Wednesday and Friday with a quick mindful thought. With that being said, let's huddle up.
Good afternoon, Duane.
What's happening?
I am excited to talk about the Scrum.
Yeah, this is something you brought to my attention. I got to be honest with you. I'd never heard of it, never read it, anything. And you were telling me about it. I got the Audible and the book through Amazon. And so awesome. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It really does. I didn't understand the word and, like I said, all of that, but it makes a lot of sense. And so, today's topic, obviously, Scrum principles. And so this is what it says about it. It's twice the work in half the time. How breaking big goals into smaller sprints can
cut your time in half.
You can cut your time in half.
Yeah.
Whether it's in personal growth, business, life, anything, cuts it in half. I couldn't think of the right word for it. Thanks for helping me on it. So that's what it does. It cuts your time in half. And so, the author of the book, Jeff Sutherland, teaches a mindset of achieving results in every area of life. Kind of like the book that we wrote, Playbook for Life, teaches that success comes from focused action, accountability, and persistence. Scrums echo these truths. It says not to try doing everything at once, but to create small, clear goals that move quickly and adjust as you go. It's kind of like, I would say it's kind of like running a short sprint instead of a marathon.
Yes.
It's like running a short sprint instead of a marathon. And these sprints build into massive progression.
Yeah, absolutely. If you think about it, in a sprint, you can run a whole lot faster in a sprint if you're only going a short distance. If you're only running a 100-yard dash, you can run it in, well, I can't, but people can run it in 10
I think they
seconds.
get the idea of that. Yeah, for sure.
They can run it in 10 seconds.
Sure.
However, if you're going to run a marathon, you're not going to run 100 yards in 10 seconds. You're going to take your time. So the principle behind the book in Scrum is to break down your goal into short little 7 to 14-day sprints so that you can work really hard on a couple small little things. It kind of ties into what we've talked about in the past. Do the small things. So with a sprint mindset, break your goal down into 1 to 2 week sprints. Instead of worrying about, the entire quarter or the entire year's worth of goal, break it down into 1 to 2 week eatable pieces where you can, eat that elephant one bite at a time. What a scrum is, and the way that this helps, a scrum is a daily huddle. It's a daily huddle where everybody comes together and stands up. Nobody sits down. It's not one of these long, hour-long meetings. It's a short little 5-minute check-in. What's working, what's not working, and what's standing in each person's way to having them get that sprint completed within the week or the 14 days.
That's what we do here. Huddle Up.
That's why I thought this was
That's a scrum.
topic. It's a scrum. We're rugby players today.
I love it.
Anyway.
I love it.
That's the big takeaway. I did this in my tanning salon businesses, my note businesses. We still have scrums weekly, actually 2 a week with my partners in California. You can do it on Zoom. You can do it in person. You can do it standing up if you work in an office. You can do it as a husband and wife. You can check in together and just have a quick check-in. What are we doing today? What do we got to,
It's got to keep you on task. It's got to be, I hear that, and I hear accountability.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You've nailed it. So, action of the day, pick one area of your life, whether it's business, your health, your relationships, and define a 7-day sprint. What are you going to accomplish in the next 7 days? Write it down clearly. Each morning, check in with yourself. If you want an accountability partner, I've got a weekly mastermind call. That's one of the things we do on our mastermind call. We, wins, goals, things we need help with.
I love it.
Write that one thing down and work on it for a week. Run it like a sprint.
And I would say today's takeaway would be small sprints lead to big success.
Absolutely. Yes. Yep. And
I would say by breaking goals into short cycles, hold yourself accountable, constantly improve what you're doing, and you'll move faster with confidence.
Absolutely.
That's probably the best takeaway I could give.
Yep.
Hey, listen, we appreciate you for joining in today's Scrub, our Huddle Up, and good play on words. I love it. And thank you for joining us this episode. If you haven't already done so, go to huddleforsuccess.com, grab your free playbook for life, like, share, leave a comment. We love the comments that you guys are sending in, so appreciate that. Have them keep coming. Also, we do our weekly podcast. Huddle for Success comes every Monday on YouTube. We will join you next episode, and stay huddled up.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Huddle Up, where we come to you every Wednesday and Friday. Like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on YouTube and on social media. If you find this information helpful, share this with someone that you know. We'll see you next time on Huddle Up.